Hey everybody, we wanted to make a quick video again over that level 3, and I want to be sure to show you guys what the key points that you have to include in your answer are going to be. So let's take a look at this number 1. All right, so transportation of goods. All right, so how does this impact the carbon cycle? Do not just say that it's bad, okay? We want to know the impact on the carbon cycle will be moving carbon from one place to another, and we'll get to that here in just a second. The what's the overall increase or decrease in temperature, and what spheres are involved in the movement of the carbon. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this is going to affect the carbon cycle. Well, first of all, you need to tell me something about transportation of goods. Okay, that it is connected to the shipping. Okay, so transportation equals more use of planes, trains, automobiles, or ships. Okay, all of those are going to require burning of fossil fuels. Okay, so if you increase transportation of goods, and again, you can tie this to biosphere because as a human population, we need to be able to eat food. We cannot produce our own uh, food like plants can, so we are going to need goods, which means food and other materials that are necessary for life, depending on where you live. And a lot of places on Earth humans inhabit are not able to provide the food that those organisms, the human species, would need for life. So increase in transportation of goods allows us to live places where the things that we need to survive are not available by moving them from where it is available to where it's not available, and that allows us to live there. So increased transportation will mean an increase in combustion of fossil fuels, right? Because planes, trains, automobiles, and ships all run on the fossil fuels. So we are going to be moving carbon from one sink to another. So we're going to be moving carbon from the geosphere to the atmosphere in those combustions, okay, when we burn this fuel. So that is going to be our sphere to sphere interaction, is moving from geosphere into the atmosphere. What is this going to have for a effect on temperature? Well, increase CO2 in the atmosphere means that it's an increase of greenhouse gases, which means it will have an increase in greenhouse effect. And we know that the more energy that is trapped, it will increase temperature. But don't just say it's going to have an immediate rise in temperature. Try to connect it to the greenhouse gases, the greenhouse effect, and then the temperature. So what spheres are involved in the movement of carbon? So now we need to, okay, fossil fuels, buried in the geosphere, are dug up / extracted, okay, for fuel used to run combustion engines for transport of goods, right? Then that combustion, and again, I've introduced this and we've talked about it. So CO2 sorry, we got fuel plus O2 producing CO2, H2O, and energy, right? Both of which, carbon dioxide and water, are both going to be greenhouse gases, right? But we're really just concerned about the CO2. So you need to have some statement about fuel, which is in the geosphere, through combustion is released in the atmosphere. Okay. All right, the second one. Take a look at that real quick. It is cutting down of a natural forest. Okay, so we need to look at what the impact is there. So a natural forest, we already know trees, right? The role of trees is going to be to do what? Capture, right? So they're going to take CO2 from the atmosphere, put it into the tree, right? And that's going to be as glucose, right? Some of which is going to be then released back in the atmosphere when the cells of the tree do respiration. But more glucose is going to be produced than is necessary through photosynthesis. So that's our process. And that is going to be built into the structure of the tree. Now, if we cut down the tree, right? So we'll cut down the tree. That tree is no longer going to be able to capture CO2. Okay, so one of the key points is that it reduces carbon uptake or capture by plants in the forest. Okay, so the CO2 is no longer going to be able to go in. Also, we're going to see one of two things happen with those cut trees. All this, maybe we might keep the log, make wood out of it, whatever. But mostly, we're going to see the tree die, and we're going to see decomposition now of all those branches, leaves, limbs, all that stuff. And decomposition is going to release, I guess I was using purple, CO2. Okay, so the other option is those trees might burn, right? We might slash and burn that forest. When that burns, it won't be decomposition, it will be combustion, right? Which is the secondary or second process that could occur. And that also is going to release CO2, okay? So dead trees decompose or are burned, combustion, releasing CO2 into the atmosphere, right? So we were in biosphere here, in the living tree, we cut down the tree. We're now going to go through one of these two processes and release it into the atmosphere, all right? So that takes care of how is this going to affect the carbon cycle? Well, we do need to make sure we understand that first thing that happens is it reduces carbon uptake / capture by the forest, carbon sink, and it's going to release it into the atmosphere, carbon sink. So we're going bio to atmo, carbon sinks, which was the forest sink, now is going into the atmo sink, which is the air. Okay. Now the question, what would this have an overall increase or decrease in temperature? Okay. Again, we're going to have a decrease in capture or uptake because the trees are not there anymore. We are also going to have an increase in release through combustion and decomposition, right? So the overall change there is that we're going to have more in the atmosphere because of these, and none of it's going to be coming out and going back into the forest. So we have an increase in CO2 in the atmosphere, which causes an increase in greenhouse gases, which causes an increase in the greenhouse effect, which will cause an increase in temperature. Okay. And again, the one about spheres, we've pretty much already covered that. Okay. We need to identify, are these transfers or transforms? This is going CO2 into glucose, which is a transform, and then glucose into the atmosphere, which is going to be a transform as well. So we're going solid into gas. Same thing down here. We're going solid into gas. For that first one, the transportation, we're going solid into gas, so that is transform. So a good place to get that transform in there, okay, would be talking about carbon combustion transforms carbon in the geosphere into the gas in the atmosphere. And the last one here, switching non-renewable resources. Okay, this one actually is not going to decrease our temperature as much as you would think, but right now we get energy, specifically electricity, from burning fossil fuels. Okay, so that is a lot of geo into atmo. And again, this is through combustion, right? So if we switch to the renewable resources like wind and solar, okay, we would reduce or we would stop this transfer. Okay, that will stop us from increasing the amount of gases that we're emitting, but it's not going to change the amount that's already out there. So your CO2 becomes stable in the amount. Okay, so we stop increasing. We're not actually decreasing because we're not capturing. Okay, but the greenhouse gases stay the same, they stay equal. Greenhouse effect stays the same, it stays equal. So temps should stay equal and not rise or fall. We're just not adding more greenhouse gases. We're not adding more greenhouse effect, and we're not adding any more energy being trapped. Okay. Again, we're not transforming here, but we're also not transferring. So the key would be we would stop the transformation. All right, next one there.